All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on one of the most powerful and honestly most deceptive marketing tools ever created. We are going to completely dismantle this idea of the minimum payment, expose the system that's literally designed to keep you trapped, and then, most importantly, give you a complete strategy to escape it for good. So let's get right into it.
So let me just ask you this. What do you think is the most dangerous number on your monthly statement? You might think it's the total balance or maybe that high interest rate. And yeah, those are definitely important, but they aren't the most dangerous. No way. The real trap? It's hiding in plain sight, disguised as a helpful little feature.
And there it is. That's the whole game. The minimum payment was never designed to help you get out of debt. It's a carefully engineered B2C tactic, that's business to consumer, created to do the exact opposite. It subtly shifts your thinking from, how do I pay this off, to something far more dangerous. What's the absolute least I can pay to make this problem go away for another month? And that, right there, is the blueprint for the debt trap.
So, to break out of this trap, you first have to understand how it's built. You have to see the bars, because this whole system is constructed on a series of really brilliant but totally deceptive marketing frames that are designed to weaponize our own psychology against us.
It all starts with tactic number 1, which I call the affordability illusion. This is just a masterclass in psychological reframing. Its only job is to completely disconnect the pleasure of buying something from the pain of its actual cost. Here's how they do it.
It works because of this weird glitch in our brains called anchoring. It's a cognitive bias. So, you see a $1,500 sofa, and your brain goes, whoa, that's a big number. But then the marketer slides a different number in front of you, only $45 a month. Instantly, your brain latches onto or anchors to that much smaller, much friendlier number. All of a sudden, you're not buying a sofa anymore, you're just subscribing to one. The total cost vanishes, and the minimum payment is the engine that keeps that whole illusion running.
Okay, so tactic 2 builds right on top of that. This one happens every single month, right on your statement. You have to realize that your statement is not just a neutral summary of facts, it's a sales tool, and its design has a name. It's called choice architecture.
And this just says it all, doesn't it? I mean, go pull up any of your credit card statements right now. I guarantee you'll see this. The minimum payment is the star of the show. It's big, it's bold, it's probably in a brightly colored box. It's screaming, pay me! And the total statement balance, well, it's just kind of there. They are literally designing the page to create a path of least resistance that nudges you toward making the absolute worst financial choice for yourself, but the best one for them.
Now this third tactic, this one is especially clever because it actually makes you feel smart. It makes you feel like you're winning the game. We've all been conditioned to chase those points, those miles, that sweet, sweet cash back. But it's all just a huge distraction.
It's called gamification. They turn paying into a game. And they get you so focused on earning a tiny $5 reward that you completely miss the $100 in interest you're paying to get it. Here's the bottom line. If you carry a balance even for 1 month, the interest you pay will almost certainly wipe out any rewards you earned, sometimes by 10 or even 20 times over. The rewards are just the cheese in the trap, designed to lure you in.
So what happens when all of these tactics, the anchoring, the choice architecture, the rewards, when they all work together? Well, they create this really disorienting state that I call the payment fog. And it's a place where so many people are living, and they don't even know it.
You know that feeling, right? It's like you're running on a financial treadmill. You're doing everything you're supposed to do. You make your payments every single month, you're never late, you feel responsible. But you look up and the total amount you owe, it's barely moved. You're just stuck in this endless cycle, servicing debt for things you probably bought years ago. That's the fog.
Let's make this really concrete. Let's talk about Sarah. Let's say she has about $9,000 in debt, and she pays $250 a month across her cards. Always on time. Seems responsible, right? But look at where her money is actually going. This chart shows that a massive 85% of her payment is just being eaten by interest. Only a tiny little sliver, 15%, is actually paying down what she owes. Sarah is trapped in the fog. Her hard-earned money today is being used to perpetually rent the things she bought in the past.
Okay, so we've seen the trap. We've seen the psychological tricks. We understand the consequences. Now for the most important part, the escape plan. And this isn't about some quick fix or a little tip. This is a complete strategy to break the frame and start building real ownership in your life.
The strategy is broken down into 4 clear steps. First, we're going to expose the true cost of that minimum payment. Then, we're going to re-engineer how you make your payments. Third, we'll focus your financial firepower. And finally, the most important part, we're going to make that critical mindset shift from being a renter to becoming an owner.
Step 1 is all about shattering that affordability illusion for good. I want you to stop looking at your statement for a minute, go to any online debt payoff calculator, they're free, and punch in your numbers, your balance, your interest rate, and that tempting minimum payment. The number it spits out is what I call your freedom date.
And you might see a number that looks something like this. A year. Decades from now. Just let that sink in for a second. This is the antidote to the $45 a month illusion. Because the question is no longer, can I afford this monthly payment? The real question becomes, am I willing to be in debt for this thing I bought until the year 2048? That one shocking realization can change everything.
Okay, step 2 is where we start fighting back. They used choice architecture against you, so now you're going to use it for yourself. I want you to log into your online banking, maybe even right now. Find that autopay setting. It's probably defaulted to minimum payment. You need to change it today. Either set it to pay the statement balance in full, or, if you're in the process of escaping debt, set it to a fixed, aggressive amount that is way more than the minimum. You make the right choice once, and now your progress becomes automatic.
Next up, you have to focus your firepower. Instead of spreading your extra money thinly across all your debts, you're going to concentrate it and attack one at a time. There are two popular methods. The avalanche method says to attack the debt with the highest interest rate first. Mathematically, this is the fastest way out. The snowball method says to attack your smallest balance first, which gives you a quick win and a huge psychological boost. You know what? Both work. They both work because they break you out of the minimum payment script. Just pick the one you know you'll stick with and go.
And that brings us to the final and I think the most powerful step. This isn't just about tactics anymore. This is about a permanent shift in your identity. See, the whole debt system frames you as a perpetual renter of money. You have to start seeing yourself as an owner.
Here's what I mean. When you finally pay off a debt, let's say it was a $200 monthly payment, that money is not a bonus to go out and spend. No, that is your freedom dividend, and it has a new job. You must immediately redirect that cash flow. First, you build up an emergency fund. Then you start investing. This is how you stop playing their game and start building your own system. And this right here, this is what that transformation actually looks like. On the left, you're a renter. Your cash flow is just getting eaten up by debt payments. But on the right, as an owner, that exact same chunk of cash flow is now being redirected to build your wealth. The money that used to be their profit has now become your freedom. You didn't even have to change your income, you just changed where your income goes.
So let's just call it what it is. The minimum payment is a lifetime subscription to your own debt, and it's sold to you under the guise of affordability and convenience. The only way to win this game is to see the tactic for what it is, cancel your subscription, and start building your own system. One that isn't designed for payments, but for ownership.